now drink the bitter waters.
That's ridiculous.
This will not be necessary. You are pure, and may God strike me down this very instant if you are not.
He looks up. Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Thanks for clicking on this video. Today I want to watch The Last Kingdom Season 2 Episode 6. I really want to see what happens with Aethelred had gone to this guy that came back from the dead and was crawled out from his grave and told him he'll be king and all this stuff. But Aethelred, at least prior to it, we had a sense that he wasn't going to buy this bullshit, that he kind of sensed it was a scam. He sent Citric to kind of hide in the woods and keep an eye on the grave after they left to see if this guy basically came back out, and he saw that happen, but we never got any resolution to that. So Citric never told him at the end of the episode or anything, so we don't know what's going to happen. And meanwhile, also the brothers Siegfried and Eric just invaded London, I believe, with a bunch of boats. So, and of course, Alfred found out that Aethelred had gone over to this place, which was against the law or against the rules or whatever. He's not really allowed to go into Daneland, that's technically in Daneland. And also the other cool thing was Bealka asked Uhtred's sister, I forget her name, to marry him, and that was kind of cool. So let's see what happens. Dying to just get into it. All right, like, subscribe, comment, and if you like full reactions or you want to see these come out a little bit early, then check out my Patreon. The link is down below. Let's do it.
Let us just enjoy an early morning. The two of us.
He's in trouble.
It's Aethelred, Lord of Mercia.
Uhtred of Beppenberg. Word has been that you were missing.
Aethelred, I see you managed to remove your head from the king's ass.
Well, for the moment. He's sleeping. King has questions about your loyalty.
It's this way.
And he tells me that you've been associating with those heathen Danes. Like this one here.
Uhtred, we are needed elsewhere.
Is he required between your legs, my dear?
At ease, men.
You wouldn't dare.
What? Take your nose.
You don't talk to fucking Aethelred like that.
We are all mistaken, and we are all proud.
What men say is true. You behave as if you were still at your mother's tit.
You will earn respect one day, I'm sure.
It is over, is it not?
It is.
I have the king's trust! That's a warning!
Why are you talking shit to fucking Aethelred? I mean, you should know better. Even he should know better.
I want him dead. Even my wife-to-be sings his praises.
Because he's cool. It's your fucking problems.
With luck, the unrest will grow. Peace is not in their nature.
You wish for war?
What I wish is for Aethelred to be crowned king of Mercia, and then of Wessex.
They are kids. Look how young they are.
It is Alfred we want dead, and for that to happen sooner, we will require war. Aethelflaed is a fortunate young woman.
I think there's a little something going on between those two. That's what it seemed like it.
Let us pray that this union of Dane and Saxon can show that this is a land for all people.
Amen.
Amen.
Oh, wow.
And what Citric saw, that the ghost is a lie.
I tell them he'll talk, and Siegfried will hear. They must believe that we believe.
Nobles have traveled across the sea from as far as Francia solely to see the beautiful Aethelflaed marry this pretty bread pudding of a boy.
I fear description.
Furthermore, gets to hump the king's daughter.
Aethelred, you will be quiet now.
It is the truth.
You will be quiet.
Or you will do what?
Kill you in your sleep.
Okay, the wedding. She's marrying this prick. She does look beautiful.
She's so beautiful.
She's too good for him.
Did Citric witness something at the graveside?
Citric saw nothing.
Don't ruin the wedding.
say that you look quite beautiful. God looks upon me with favor I do not deserve.
True that.
All of the power, all of the wealth, all of the land that could belong to you will now belong to him.
Should I hit him?
Yes, yes, by all means, strike me. But in your heart, in your purse, you know I speak the truth.
Yes, hit him.
Now, Alfred is working to make a new line of succession.
Excuse me, Lord Uhtred.
Go away.
I am Osfrith.
You are a monk. A baby monk.
Baby monk.
You knew my uncle, Lord. His name was Leofrich.
Leofrich was a great man.
You are Alfred's bastard son.
I wish to join you, Lord, to be by your side as my uncle was.
No, we have no need of a monk.
As a warrior. Uhtred.
You are wanted.
Find me again. Bring a sword and loose your cross.
Thank you, my lord. I will.
You were seen going into Daneland, Uhtred.
What business do you have in Daneland?
King's business. London has been taken by the Northmen, Siegfried and Eric. They have a fleet at Beamfljord. They have an army at Beamfljord, some of which has sailed upriver and taken London.
This is true. It cannot be allowed. London belongs to Mercia. They will choke the river.
They will, Lord. I was invited to Daneland, lady, to Paddington, and there I was asked to join with Siegfried and Eric. I was offered the kingdom of Mercia.
Ha!
And your response?
He's here, is he not?
I did not see you at the church. I do hope you were there.
I was there, lady, of course I was. And may I say how beautiful you are today.
Thank you.
My dear, we're discussing a matter of import.
So are the Northmen intending to remain in London, or are they waiting for a ransom?
Fair question.
You, together with Aethelred, shall travel to London. At the very least, you can assess their strength and their numbers.
With Aethelred.
Lord. Though if you had killed these brothers in Northumbria, this event could not have occurred.
What bargain was struck in Northumbria?
He defeated Siegfried in combat, but spared him on the condition they leave. He did this to preserve the lives of his own men.
It is called negotiation.
And now we suffer the consequences of this negotiation.
Decisions are made and consequences follow. It is the way.
Aethelred's gonna... That's interesting. We're finally seeing him. We haven't really seen his character at all. We just knew everyone thought he's a prick. And they were right.
We were discussing matters of land and war.
Lord, I take an interest in these matters. My father has always encouraged...
You are no longer the king's daughter.
Oh, prick.
I would speak with the king often.
You're of Mercia now. You are my queen.
Do you think you're a king?
Is he gonna hurt her?
I call you queen because you mean that much to me.
He can't. She's a fighter.
I do not like your tone nor accusation. What I would like is you, on your belly, on the bed. Your husband wishes to ride you.
Oh.
Should I hand you back to Wessex? Unused, but tarnished.
You wouldn't dare.
We shall see.
Lord, I am your wife.
Oh, this is terrible. Oh, this is god-awful.
If I may have a brief word.
This show is disturbing.
I fear that you undervalue Uhtred. He is by far our most accomplished warrior and has been nothing but loyal.
Although we have discussed this many times, he will have been tempted by this offer from the Northmen.
And yet he is here, Lord.
Doing what?
Yeah.
Spying, waiting?
No.
Did he volunteer this information before being confronted? No, he did not.
No, Lord.
Ask yourself, why? He is a sword I would rather wield than face, but he is not godly and never shall be.
I mean, like, sometimes I think Alfred is right, but and maybe it is his job to be super suspicious. But.
You think he knows it is a trick?
Yes, maybe.
You don't know. If Uhtred knows that Bjorn is a lie, then he will come with Alfred's army.
Yes.
So I get to kill him, after all.
If we wish, there is a way to raise the greatest army these shores have ever seen. We can be kings of it all. No Guthrum, no Aethelred, no Alfred, no Uhtred.
These boys are clever. I'm not sure what they're up to, but they must have some plan. I think it's pretty obvious that Uhtred would be happy to continue serving Alfred.
What's to stop them from cutting our throats and siding with the Northmen?
Uhtred, how is it that you know these streets so well?
Stayed here for a time. Even the walls surrounding the old Roman city would need many hundreds of men.
So the brothers' position is weak?
Not weak. But London's been open to all tribes for a reason.
Ah, Jesus.
I do not understand how this kills a man.
Siegfried, take his head and be done with it.
No. I want to know how.
The cross kills a man slowly, Lord. It is both torture and execution. Unlike Saxons and Danes, the Romans were clever.
There. You have your answer. Now take his head off.
Agreed, Lord.
You talk too much.
I do. You should kill me swiftly.
Did he open his eyes?
I thought you might want to kill me still.
Oh, for a long time I did. But then I grew to like my new hand. Though I have to be careful when wiping my arse.
Alfred wishes to negotiate. I wish to negotiate. You will know that London is impossible to defend, so let's get this done.
Is that the threat?
I'm asking you to retreat, lords, for a price. For silver.
Flesh is our prize. Your bride, Aethelred. I'm in need of a wife.
I'm in need of a hump. We will share her.
She is my wife.
Aethelred, they're teasing you. Perhaps we can begin with a cup of ale.
Do we know him? He looks familiar.
Could you guarantee Ragnar and all the men he commands are with us?
I'm here.
But are you here for Alfred or yourself, or us?
Ragnar's in the north. It would take some time for news to reach him, more time for him to decide. I guarantee nothing, Lord. Do you intend to put all the priests on the cross?
It is Siegfried's game.
You should let him fight. The Romans used the square for just that purpose. Give him something to fight for. His freedom.
Why?
I'd rather watch him spill his guts than nailed to a piece of wood. Where's the fun in that?
Bolton! We need to be entertained!
Ah, shit.
So when I kill him, I'm allowed to go free. That is the bargain.
That is the bargain.
Hear that, Bolton? He plans to kill you.
Wow. Oh, that's that priest. That's who that guy is. The funny priest.
Finish him!
Now, I do not wish to kill this idiot, as I'm sure his mother loves him. But do I have your word as warriors that I am now a free man?
You have my word, priest.
If all your men fight like this, Alfred will have no trouble throwing you out of London.
Where have you learned to fight, priest?
Whoa.
I'm a Briton, Lord. I was brought up killing Saxons. If it is acceptable, I will return with the Lord Uhtred.
You were able to assess their strength.
Your priest Björlik says they have up to 1,000 men, Lord.
We can muster 3 times that number, Lord, easily.
London is not a field. It won't be a simple question of
Of
numbers.
course it is a question of numbers. It'll be a siege.
There must be a clear plan.
Then let us hear this clear plan.
We attack one gate with a substantial army, allowing smaller groups to enter through a second gate, a third gate even.
Attacking from land,
Yes, from land.
not the river.
No, Lord.
The river is worth considering, Lord.
The river runs fast at Ludgate, making it impossible to land men safely. But if the Lord of Mercia believes that men sinking to the bottom of the river is an advantage, then let him attack.
Why do the brothers call you the next Lord of Mercia?
Just tell him.
They call me the next King of Mercia, Lord.
Why?
Because they're playing some game. They're trying to get me to side with them. Blah, blah, blah.
You say you are sworn, yet you behave like a spy. You float into Daneland and back again. You tell half-truths, keep secrets, and you refuse to accept the existence of the one true God. You serve your king reluctantly.
But I serve, Lord.
I do not know you.
I do not understand you.
I mean, Uhtred sees this as his job.
I understand you. That is a fact and one of increasing concern. And on top of this, my enemies now call you king.
And they called you a weasel, Lord. Neither is true.
We must devise a plan of attack. Uhtred, you will lead us.
Oh, I was getting Uhtred out.
Should you need me further, you will find me at the Two Cranes Inn.
This is idiotic. How? Alfred, man, he's got no reason to feel this way. I mean, really, he needs to be trusting. Uhtred obviously knows what he's doing.
With the greatest respect, the insolence we have witnessed cannot go unpunished.
With the greatest respect, it is not your business. It is the business of Wessex.
Uhtred is to return to Cook.
Lord, we are on the cusp of war. You will need your best warriors.
Uhtred is to return to Cookham.
Then I will go to the Two Cranes Inn and inform him.
Then you better fucking make a grave for Aethelred.
My exact written instructions shall follow. I want Siegfried and Eric out of London and soon.
I thought they were going to devise a plan.
Do you trust the Alderman Uhtred?
With my life, Lord.
No, maybe he's playing a longer game. Is Alfred going to trick us? Because Alfred's not an idiot. Yeah. See her sad. If he sees her sad, I think he'll fucking kill Aethelred himself.
Promise me you won't desert him. Not yet, at least.
I'm not an oath-breaker. How can I serve a man who doesn't trust me, to whom I have given so much? He's a man I'm beginning to despise.
I am reaching out for an England all in the name of God, yet I am relying upon the strength of a heathen. What if all this time it has been the work of the devil tempting me, offering me this warrior, this seemingly loyal and brave man who, piece by small piece, is eating at my soul and clouding what I believe to be right and wrong?
This is what the devil would do. But I swear your soul has not diminished.
She's the worst.
Uhtred will not change, I'm sure. You are God's king.
Yet at my right hand is a pagan.
Do you trust him?
I do not.
Then be rid of him.
God damn it, Alfred. It's weird. I mean, the whole thing is his disliking him being a pagan. And it's not, he's fucking everything up because of it.
In my hand, I have a letter from Alfred of Wessex. It is the promise of 1,000 men to fight alongside the great Fjord of Mercia to help rid London of the filthy, stinking, pox-ridden, pig's-ass, ugly, heathen, Danish bastards!
It's gonna be so interesting.
You're eating like a little bird. Tomorrow we ride. I would like you to travel with me.
To battle.
Part of the way. Out. All of you, out.
Oh, this bastard. She needs to kill him. She could, I think. I think she knows how to fight. Remember when she was training with a sword and stuff.
Lord, love should be gentle and kind.
Gentle and kind, she says. How is it that you have a knowledge of how love should be?
I do not.
Am I not the first?
You will not insult me.
And you will not offer me lessons on how to plough a field.
That is not what I was doing.
Who is it that you've been with? How many have you been with?
Lord, please.
Uhtred is one, is he not?
You have no right to speak to me in this way.
Of course I have a right. You are my wife.
I am Aethelred of Wessex, and you will not treat me like I am a servant girl.
Do not! Never raise your shrill voice to me.
He needs to go. Sooner rather than later.
You will see a priest, and we shall find the truth of this.
This is not love, that is the truth of it.
You will see a priest!
She needs to go to Alfred and be like, he's abusing the shit out of me.
I fear that I am not the first with my wife to lie with her, to bed her.
I see. But she is the king's daughter.
I need it proven.
Have you asked her, Lord, directly?
I need to know the truth of it. Is there a way to test her word?
There is a way, Lord. From the holy books.
Then do it.
Will Lady Aethelflaed be joining us after prayers, Lord?
If she has the will, yes. She has not traveled well.
Should she be traveling at all to battle?
It was her wish to accompany her husband. They are newly married, after all.
She will be kept out of harm's way.
Uhtred, has the king written that when the siege of London begins...
Oh, she knows.
You accept that I am in charge of all men.
It's the king's wish.
You are with us.
Why would I not be? I am an alderman of Wessex.
Alfred has decided to give you this one last chance.
Do you have a plan of attack?
You will attack the North Gate with your own men. Once the assault is underway, I shall attack from the marshes with the main army.
This is disturbing me, this whole thing with Aethelred. It's making me sick to my stomach. Does she know about it?
If a man fears that his wife has been unfaithful,
I have not.
a mixture of God's water and God's earth should be drunk. If thou hast gone aside to another man, the Lord shall make thy thigh to rot and thy belly to swell. You will now drink the bitter waters.
That's ridiculous.
This will not be necessary. You are pure, and may God strike me down this very instant if you are not.
He looks up.
Does he beat you? If he does not, then he will. I can see it.
Yep.
He is not tender.
Father Bjork, must tell the king.
No. You cannot. Not all are happy with the king's influence. And I must do my duty to Alfred. My husband will not break me.
These are these abused women. This is a trip.
You're quiet today, Father Beocca.
That was beautiful, sort of.
A sleepless night.
Sad.
Should I speak with Tura? Tell her you need your rest?
You shall do no such thing. You will not talk of such matters.
And what matters are those, Father?
I said enough. You've all said enough.
He's not in the mood for sex jokes after all that shit. That was wild with Tura and Hild both like jumping to her side like that, reaching out. It's like a women's group.
They have set up their camp no more than a mile away.
Every man on his feet!
It's open.
Do you see a guard?
None. I see a trap.
Oh, yes, of course, if it is a trap, we should walk towards it.
Hey, shush your mouth.
It's a trap, but they don't have no reason not to fall into it, I guess.
If you want to live, stay inside.
This is sketchy.
Hey, what's happening?
None.
Shield wall!
We're gonna trap them inside here.
Aethelred! Uhtred? We've seen not a single man.
Same. Then they have fled.
It is our numbers, Lord.
No, it's a trap.
They fear us. The city is ours. No, no, no. Keep the formation. Keep your formation.
Lord.
Stand ready! It's a signal!
It's a signal, no doubt, Lord. They will come.
They're all scattered about like idiots now.
It's a signal that can be seen from a mile or more. Aethelred! The camp!
Tura.
Oh, the girls are all there too. Fuck.
Death. Death is coming. Death is coming! Wake up! Wake up! Death is coming! Wake up!
Oh my god.
Take up your sword! Wake up! Death is
Aethelred is to be protected with your lives!
Oh, that's so fucking wild how they're filming that. Holy shit. Who is the genius?
Aethelred! Tura! Aethelred! The forest! Tura!
The forest. Make it, make it, make it. No. Oh, Jesus, man. Oh, my God. First of all, can't believe they ended it like that. Sorry, it's raining outside, so might be a little noisy. But, man, that's the way they filmed that last bit was crazy. That was so absorbing. I wish like I had this big giant wraparound screen to watch that one. Because it started where you're following Tura around yelling. You know, Tura sees it, wakes everybody up, and you're just following her around like that. And then when the camera fell on the ground, and man, I wish when I edit this, I'm going to see if I can capture that a little bit. It's going to be not easy. But man, that was trippy as fuck. And then when they were running toward the forest and they ran through that one tent, that was cool as fuck. And then you saw those two girls. It was Turo, and who was the other girl? I was wondering if that wouldn't have been Hild. Hild would either be. We didn't even really see if Hild's probably back at Kukum. I didn't really see her anywhere. But you saw Tura kind of fall away, and the other girl fall away, and then Aethelred was the only one running. That sucks. What if they get Aethelred? That was such a mistake to bring her up there. Dude, this show just takes completely unpredictable turns, I think. That's one thing about this show. And it kind of does it like on an episode, every episode. It kind of does that. I don't feel like I can ever predict what this show is going to do. I'm always blown away mentally after the episode's over. You're always kind of like, well, I didn't see that coming. I mean, because when this started, like I said, Ethel, God, they're all named Ethel. Aethelred is the dude, right? The asshole. We hadn't even really seen him speak before this episode. And now just at the end of this episode, we feel like we have a huge sense of what a shitty person he is and his character. We did see him speak once or twice, but not really much character reveal till this one. And now all of a sudden we're just like, oh my god, what a new evil asshole. I was wondering too, like when they're like, priest, tell me if she's been with anyone else. And he's like, there is a way. I was thinking, there's not, what are they going to do? And I thought it might be some sort of invasive physical procedure, but instead it turns, but that wouldn't make any sense either. Like maybe you could tell if someone was a virgin, but you couldn't tell if they'd been with other people. But then no, it turns out to drink dirt mixed with water, and if your thighs and belly swell and rot, then you've been with someone else. If that doesn't show you how much Christianity is really, at the time, is just as mingled with the sort of, like the pagans are like, well, here, I'm going to put this mud on you and we're going to heal this baby or whatever. And it's like, oh no, that's ridiculous. Here, we're going to drink water mixed with dirt. I mean, both sides still have these like weird old kind of pseudo-magical, rituals that they can do, and believe in basically magic, although Christians call it miracles and whatnot. But yeah, I feel terrible for her, and now it looks like she's about to be kidnapped by Eric and Siegfried, who basically just said, yeah, we'll just assault her. That's just bad. I feel terrible for her. That stuff just makes me so sick to my stomach. And then when she was being, basically abused by Aethelred. But the only thing I can think is like, this is a dramatic television show. No character is safe from. I mean, everybody has to go through shit, or it's not a fun show to watch, I guess. But you're always just like, can't everyone just have a nice day episode? But no, you can't, because that's not what we're here for. We're here to see drama happen to everybody. But I really thought she was super cool, but that's the other thing. You have to think she's super cool so that you can really feel terrible when she gets fucked over, And have her be like this badass woman, and then to have her be like, try to, through these sort of historical sexism, for lack of a better word, although it's a little more brutal than that, to be able to be like, you're my, you now belong to me, you have to do this, and have her kind of culturally be like, yeah, okay. Or he's like, should I give you back unused? And she kind of, that was an interesting thing, He's like, should I give you back, you know, having not fucked you, basically, give you back to Aethelred? And she was kind of like, you wouldn't dare. Like, that would be, I guess, like a worse humiliation or than to go ahead and be assaulted by him right there. And then you can tell Aethelred's an idiot, you know, when he starts going, see, they ran away from us. It's ours. And everybody, he's just going, keep your formation, you know. Don't count your chickens before they're hatched. And then they're trying to figure out what. And I guess what they wanted to do was just attack the camp. Which doesn't seem, I mean, it makes you wonder. I mean, I guess the key to that would be attack the camp, get Aethelflaed, and get, you know, maybe that's the goal. But why would they shouldn't even presume that Aethelflaed's there, because he shouldn't even brought her with him. Man, this is idiotic. The tension between Alfred and Uhtred can never go away. And Alfred can never die, because he is the king, historically, who brought all of England under one banner. So he's not about to die anytime soon. He's going to probably be with us to the end. I mean, if this show is even ended, I don't know if it's ended or if it has more seasons or whatever coming out, but this show should kind of complete when that sort of is complete. So I think, you know, we can safely say that Uhtred and Alfred are they're never really going to see eye to eye. Because even if they come back together like they already have once before, they're always going to live in this sort of uncomfortable distrust of one another. But maybe we can go to a phase where he does, you know, like, for example, if Uhtred saves Aethelflaed gets taken and Uhtred saves her, you know, unless he gets the credit taken away from him, as happens to him all the time, you know, Alfred could be like, okay, you know, I trust you again a little bit more. And that's the other thing, you know, I mean, I guess in a way, for the sake of the drama, that has to always be the case. But I do think that they motivated it well by kind of having Alfred just sort of bring up, like, that conversation between him and his wife where he was saying, look, I wonder if it's maybe the devil trying to trick me by sending me this pagan to be my sort of kind of right hand, and that being sort of almost philosophically what he doesn't want to, his dream of creating a one Christian England or whatever, it can't be. I don't like the idea, but maybe I could kind of see his character would. The idea that, like, it shouldn't be done with the help of this pagan, you know, that somehow that's because he is superstitious and shit and believes all this Christian crap that God is on my side and there's a preordained, you know, plan for me and all this bullshit or whatever it is he thinks. So he doesn't trust that so anyway, it's well motivated. But at the same time, I kind of feel like we kind of understand from our point of view that he's really acting. He doesn't ask the king for every permission for every step that he takes, but like I think I was saying last time, he shouldn't have to. It's not his job. He's doing his job amazingly, right? His job is to work for Alfred and find out what he can find out, and he can do it better than he's well positioned to do it better than anyone. And he can go see this dead guy, kind of fall for this little trap, try to figure out what they're, in an attempt to figure out what they're planning, you know. And so he does. I guess Alfred had a point, you know, like, why didn't he just come and tell me immediately or report it to me? That's kind of a good question. My feeling is that he didn't feel it necessary. But the truth is, Alfred should not have called him to say all that in front of everybody at that dinner. You know, Alfred should have. All right, I'm talking too long, but Alfred should have called him aside and said, "Look, we found you going to cross the street. You know, into Daneland? What's the deal? And he would have told him in private, and then he could have made decisions then. Not do it in front of Aethelred, not do it in front of these other people, not let everyone know that there's this potential backbiting. I mean, I don't know, man. And just straight up ask him, you know, in private, what is the deal with them calling you king? You know, what are your thoughts about this? You know, and then trust him. I guess it's hard to trust him, but anyway, I'm talking too much. All right, well, thanks for watching, and yeah, like, subscribe, comment, and if you like full reactions or the early release reactions, the link down below is to my Patreon. It will take you to a place where you can do that. All right, man alive, that was great. 2 more episodes for this season. All right, thanks for watching. Okay, bye.